friends, Nibs again. Out here in the garage this morning. It is a really nice day out, and I am going to try to get out and get over to the range, maybe with some actual powder burners and do something a little different than we have had for the winter going on here. But before I did take off, I did want to sit down here to the bench and see what I could do about taking apart this new Vyrock HW70 that I just picked up. See what I got to do to get this thing cleaned up. The more I look at it, the more it looks like I'm probably going to have to, once I get this barrel off, probably sand down to pretty much bare metal, or at least very smooth, and then repaint it. So here's what it is. You see that the sunlight really shows off the way I think that's aluminum probably. I'm guessing. Looks like it's got a steel liner inside of aluminum. But I did pick up some Rust-Oleum satin black. I think that'll give it the closest to what the original finish should look like from what I've seen from pictures. It doesn't look shiny, but it isn't a flat black finish either. So I have noticed in a couple of my videos where I do this camera, tilt it down, that I'm kind of blocking things out. So I do have another camera running on a stand kind of in front of me looking down too. So we'll put both of them up picture in picture or whatever here. And that way, I'm kind of doing this for two things because I've never taken one of these apart before. So if I film everything that I do as I'm taking it apart and I get lost when I start putting it back together, then it will, I can look back on what happened when I took it apart and see where I'm going wrong. So let me bring you down here to the bench top, and so far every fastener on it looks like it's some sort of flat blade. So I do like this this Crescent brand. It's got really nice bits in it that kind of look like what you get in your Wheeler Gunsmith kit. I haven't got down and bought one of those yet, but so it kind of looks like you would take these side panels off first. I'm wondering, looks like a metal panel in the bottom here. I don't know if these are captive. Maybe I should have done a little, oh, there we go. There's a lock washer in there. Take this piece off the bottom here too first. Ooh, that's a long bolt. Almost looks like a sheetrock screw. Yeah, looks like that would have needed to come off before the side panels would come off. I did safety check this gun before I started, just in case anybody's wondering. It is uncocked and unloaded. Alright, so far that is not coming loose. Let's take these ones off this side and see what happens. The two halves of the body and the grip here look like it's just like a clamshell around the upper assembly, so I expect that once I get it's definitely coming loose. Oh, looks like I do need, there's two little Allen keys here for the safety. And it looks like that needs to come off first before. Let's see what size. Looks like a really small metric, probably. I'm sure it's metric. 2mm it is. So I'll do this as a two-parter here. We'll take it apart, and I'll put that up as a disassembly video. I'm not gonna put a film picture up of me actually refinishing this guy. Just not really. I don't think that's really necessary. But so the plastic parts are actually in really good shape. Just the metal, the paint on the metal got some water damage. The box actually appears to show some water damage too. But the mechanism inside really looks to be in pretty nice shape. So I think the only thing I'm really going to need to do is get this barrel off. There's a little bit here in the front. I'm not sure if I'll be able to clean that up with some steel wool and preserve the original paint on the air chamber here. So there's a lock. There's a lock screw for the main screw that holds the barrel in. And you would take that large screw out. Is it coming out? Very fine threaded. So take this main screw out. Definitely starting to get to some springtime, so the weather starting to warm up. It's okay. Let's see what we got here. We've got a couple of like bearing washers on both sides. Gotta make sure so that came off with there's a smooth side and then a side with some little catch edges. The catch edges go inside. How can I get this loose? Looks like I might need to get a punch and punch out that little roll pin. Stand by. So that one looks like a good size punch. There's my. Showed you this little trick. If you don't have a proper, call them gunsmith jigs. That was easy enough. I figured that was going to be a little more difficult. It is captivated inside of the, so it probably would have pushed out without even a hammer. So there's a little tiny, looks like stainless steel pin, goes through the cocking mechanism. So up here on just the front tip is really the worst part. There's a little bit of uneasiness right there next where it says made in Germany, but I think that'll actually buff out pretty good with a piece of brass wool. I'll give that a try first before I go any farther with this, but this front tip might be a little challenging. But the barrel's the worst part, and I'm pretty sure that's going to need to be repainted. Hopefully I can preserve all this lettering here and not get rid of that. But definitely will tape off this inside this hood and preserve all that. Tape off the seal back here. Make sure that doesn't get damaged, or the little detent ball here. So anyway, It was shooting really good, so I'm not going to mess around with the plunger mechanism, at least not for today. My main goal is to get this thing cosmetically restored. Probably put some oil down in there like you should once I get ready to start putting it back together. And like I said, I'm not going to keep you guys on for the cleanup of this barrel portion. Just too tedious. Make the video way too long. But once I get this cleaned up or repainted or whatever it is I'm going to do with it, I'll bring you guys back on for the reassembly, and then we will go ahead and give it some more shots. So, bring you up here real quick. All right, appreciate everybody being on the channel. Thank you for watching my videos. If you do like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and you will be notified when I do post up new videos. This is a very cool gun. Again, I believe it's pronounced Viroc. V-I. It's not spelled this way, but the pronunciation is V-I-Roc. Viroc. I have seen a couple other guys that pronounce it Wyrock, but I think with the German pronunciation would be with a V sound, Viroc. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off for now. I'll get this cleaned up and get a coat of paint on it, hopefully, and then maybe later tonight after the sun goes down, we can get back together and we'll get this thing put back together, or maybe tomorrow. But appreciate everybody being here. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.